Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Brady, SF, Chef, Alexis, Eric, Teresa, John, and Mel? Good morning. Shout out to y'all for being here. I didn't post any links yet, so you're a real one. I think I'm not going to post links for a few more minutes. We'll just chill here. I did already post my list. I did not make that on stream. I was kind of getting it out because I was like, damn, I want to get this out to my friend who posts my list. By the way, let me show you guys just so you don't think I'm like making that up. If you go into chat, Kindred is an old friend of mine. I don't pay him. He doesn't pay me. We don't do any of that kind of crap. But he does this for like all kinds of servers, and I was one of the few that he did with from the beginning. I've always made his watch list from the beginning. So it's always really cool. Here, I'll just show you. So I send him my info, I'll send him my watch list, and then he sends it out to a bunch of people from different communities. So even if they don't know it's me, they're still using our levels, so it's really cool. But that's where that list gets posted, as well as in the channel too, the Bueller TA channel. So if you have access to that, be sure to check that out. I see BB Bot channel also just posted. They have a couple ideas as well as a list with different news and earnings today. Which it looks like pre-market they had Delta Airlines, Pepsi, and Fastenal, a couple others I don't recognize. Post-market we have WAFD and AEHR, which I don't think there's any big earnings this week besides the couple that happened this morning actually. Which again, that's probably going to be offset with the fact that we just had CPI. So yeah, let me zoom in because we're going to definitely be focused on SPY today. Almost making another new high in the right before the market opens again. Had a little bit of a dip, caught 445. They're picking it back up. On the watch list this morning, I said be cautionary of really this area. This is what I was kind of watching here when I was posting that 444 to 444 area. If we get a pullback, but it doesn't seem like they care about that. Like I said, guys, a lot of your movement's going to come from when you have data. We're in a news market, a catalytic market. I don't care what people say, like if this is a bull or bear market. I'm not really focused on that because inflation is still hot. You still have the Fed still very worried about it, which is very important. So this is still a catalytic market, a news-driven market. So this is, of course, where a lot of your bigger moves are going to be made. We've also seen the opposite, though. You guys have seen just as many times as me. How many times have we seen data drop? You know, we get a data dump and then price doesn't move. It ends up staying in like a $2, $3, $4, $5 range, and then it just kind of sticks there, and we end up playing supply demand more than we do open range or retest. You know, it's like every time is different, so you also have to just approach every one differently. You know, don't approach every single CPI or PPI, or because again, guys, today isn't the only day with news. If you go back to the news calendar, today, yeah, we have CPI. The beige book later on in the day, but overall you have jobless claims, PPI, Friday of consumer sentiment. So there's still a lot of information coming out, and that's not even counting any of the speakers too. I always leave that out, but we still have Mester, Kashkari. You still got Waller tomorrow, and I'm sure there's people in here that aren't even named on some of the news, because you guys know just as well as me how many surprise speakers we get that are non-voting presidents. But again, sometimes we see reactions from those people too, so we'll see. But again, just kind of pointing it out because showing again, we have a lot of news still left this week. This isn't the only piece of news, but starting it off finally. Good morning, Sand Dollar. Happy CPI Wednesday. But yeah, what were y'all's thoughts? Y'all are happy to see the move up? Were y'all in shorts? Were y'all in longs? I was kind of in a mix of both, so I don't really have a bias. But insane pump so far. Almost made it to 450. We're just under 447s. So now the plan's really going to be, do we break out over 447, 447.30 area towards 448, 449? Or are we going to stay under this area, reject, pull back under 445, which again is going to be a big crucial area because this is where they took one bounce this morning at a known area. So I'll probably leave this highlighted right here in case of another pullback. If they break that, we're seeing 44430, 444 tested. If that breaks, that's where a bigger pullback can step in. But you can see it's really not that much bigger. 443 is right there. So it's like a dollar move every time you break something right now. But very clean levels. We're in a very good area. Bigger time frame. It's going to be a little bit messier now. And again, don't focus on this right here. The fact that we're going to be at 44660s should actually impress you. 445 is very important for bulls to have another, not just make a new high, but to continue legging up. They have to make this high and hold over 445. The fact that they're a little over about $1.50 above this level is very important. So really the important thing to watch for today. Here, let me just type daily time frame. Watch for 444.30 to 445 to hold. And then what is this? 44260, which I think doesn't line up with something we have here. Four 4250. Yeah, right here. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. Hopefully some of the information this morning gets you guys updated. We can go through some of the weights too. I wasn't trying to shun y'all from that. I just wanted y'all to see SPY mainly. But AMD's under really good supply. Squares at a really good range, actually. You can see Squares still look good, even though we had that move. Microsoft up under 336.50s. NVIDIA's up near an important area as well. Even though their levels are minimal, their price action is still very strong. I was going to say trustworthy, but very strong price action. Very reliable levels. We can look for Amazon to try to hold over the meat of previous day highs if they do pull back under 130. So we'll see if they hold that 50-cent range. It's really, a lot of these charts are really to see if they pull back, look at the level right below. Can it hold it? Because pretty much every sector is going to be, yeah, well above its previous day highs. So if you get any pullback, you're watching previous day highs. That's pretty easy to remember. Even most side sectors are up too. So pretty much everything moved together. This is not just tech or not just, you know, healthcare, just banks and discretionary comp. This is majority of the market doing this too. So that's good. It's not just tech moving up. I'm sure y'all have heard of the Magnificent Seven. That's what's going on lately in the market. It's just a few tickers really carrying everything, and then you have a couple small caps finally catching up. Good job, Chef. You swung some bobble calls. Yeah, if anybody who swung calls, you're definitely very happy today. So very, very happy for anybody who swung calls to any extent. If you were gambling or lottoing anything and you were taking calls over, you had some good TA in front of you, even better. But yeah, CPI can definitely be sketchy, but still very happy for anybody who got any gains out of today. First time on my trading journey, CPI goes in my favor. I usually don't swing prior. I got smoked in the past. Yeah, it's definitely not smart to, if you do risk into CPI or PPI, into any data dump, like I said earlier, if you swing any kind of risk into a data dump, yes, you are at a big risk. It's not as much risk as before. It's a more volatile because of what you're doing. Again, would this be important as much before? No. Is it important now? Yes. We're in a news-driven market, so does trading around when news come out affect our trading? Yes, 100%. 100% it does. AMD. You swung AMD? You swung XLK and Pfizer. Let's hope it holds it opening. YTech and Pfizer. I mean, I'm happy for you. I'm just wondering. Maybe going for two different sectors. Swung pin 27 calls and AMD calls. Hey, nice. Okay, so a lot of you guys swung calls. Looks like good. Hope again. I'm not saying this in terms of like trying to limit y'all. Just like in terms of if you did swing, I hope it wasn't like a crazy amount because it's just like I don't know. That's gambling. It's not even trading anymore. But if you did a light amount, you know, nothing too crazy, very happy for you because that was a very good light risk kind of night to swing on. I did very, very small amount. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, see, that's okay. It's when you come back and you're like, yeah, actually, I kind of went too heavy. It's like, why are you doing that still? Have you not learned from the past CPIs? From any data dump in the last over a year? Ooh, okay. Been on them. Wanted to play the retest. Okay, okay. So they were already on your radar beforehand. Good, good. Good job, Alexis. I like that too. Being able to, you know, trade something, kind of walk away from it, and then come back to it later on, whether it's, you know, swings or day trade, whatever. And then coming back to it and getting that refresh and then, you know, getting that relook at it, really. Getting to trade it again. Or maybe getting to trade it again, you know. That possible second opportunity. It feels really good too. Don't worry about the wick. It's probably just an algo buy. Somebody probably fat fingered, or it's a market maker or algo, or even better, like we've seen a billion times over the past year, a glitch, which the stock market just loves to do all of a sudden. Y'all remember the day they had what was it, like 67 or 75 stocks had that crazy day on their charts where like all their charts were messed up, including big caps. I mean, I think I even saw like Walmart, their chart was messed up. It just made no sense. And then they came back at the end of the day. It was like, oh, guys, that was just a glitch. I didn't know that. Insanity. I got AMD calls because yesterday was almost constantly bouncing off demand zone. Ooh, okay. Good reasoning. It's the Matrix. The cat walked by twice. We're walled in. I'm not even trying to be like I don't like for people to go to conspiracy theory stuff. I mean, this is a very normal thing, seeing these weird whip downs like that, especially on news. Everyone's always like, oh my god, that's supposed to be impossible. How come I can't do that? Have you ever heard of a market maker? Have you ever heard of how algos work, how computers work on the market? That is very possible. That's another thing too, is like when people say computers, people instantly go to thinking like, oh my god, this guy's going straight to thinking about deep learning AI trading on the market. Like, no. I'm just talking about like human set parameters on a computer. There's a very real thing every day. You see it every day. Should you sit here and say, oh, that was an algo every time you see something weird? No, I mean, just move on. Don't think about shit. Move on. Don't think into every little thing. Just focus on what's in front of you. It kind of also adds into my, we talk about noise, you know, not having any noise in your trading. You know, you shouldn't be following 50 traders. You shouldn't be listening to 50 streams. You shouldn't be in 50 discords. You shouldn't be following 50 different trading strategies. You know, in any direction this conversation works. You know, if you can limit the amount of noise going into your ear or in front of your face, that's great. Keeping it simple. Keep it dumb. Keep it very simple. Damn, David, 56% now. Was meant to be a long-term hold, not upset though. Yeah, for real. That's crazy. Happy for you though, man. That's crazy. I remember we were just talking about that and you were up like 30-40% or something like that, and here you are up almost 60% now. That's crazy. Well, we have about 3.5 minutes. I guess I should start sharing the link around. Give me a thumbs up though if you guys appreciate some of the info. We went over SPY for the most part, but we did go over a bunch of different individual charts as well as sector charts. So give me a thumbs up or some sort of confirmation that you understand what's going on. We also talked about the bigger time frames too, just because we got bored. I got the glitch again. There we go. That happens a lot, man. If you switch between the pan tool and the price level tool a lot, it starts to stick sometimes. If you ever get that stick, you'll understand what I mean when it happens. Press into your mouse, or if you're on your phone, you're not going to even get this problem. But if you click into your mouse, or go down to the bottom right of your screen and change the tool that way, it'll reset it and it'll not mess it up. It also works if you just change charts and then come back to it. But yeah, very annoying bug once you get to it. I've already reported it to TOS. I don't know why it's still not fixed. It's a very simple bug. But you'll get stuck on the pan tool and you're just stuck there until you manually change it. Going back and clicking it here doesn't fix it. Which should fix it. Love the background music. I appreciate that. It's actually a playlist somebody in here gave me. If you want the link to it, it's right here. If I can even... There we go. Somebody made that and sent it to me. Visa hit 240. Good looks, good looks. Yeah, that would be crazy lucky if we hit 447 and dumped to the bottom of the wick. Which, if you look, the bottom of the wick does go to a very peculiar area. Again, we were just talking about the importance of the bottom of this blue area here on both smaller and bigger time frames. 442 is very important, which is pretty close to where the bottom of that wick is. That's pretty funny. I didn't even look to see where that went. That's how uninterested I was in, like, oh, this information is important. Like, nah. Not really. Good morning, David. Good morning. Good morning, King Carnage. Good morning to each and every one of you. Question is, do we get a dump or pump it open? That is a very good question. I feel like you won't get a dump. I feel like we'll get a slow red open. Like we'll get a slow pullback, most likely, because you have a mix of people thinking we're up too high, plus you have people taking profits. I think you'll get a slow pullback, but that could have been partially this in SPY futures. So on the SPY chart itself, I mean, it really is 50-50. I would keep watch on breaking pre-market high. I'd keep watch on breaking this area right here. I mean, this is another important area too. Don't forget it. Combination of two levels above our head, so don't want to just watch one or the other. Let's just watch both. So when you see a push above this, a hold above this. If not, then we'll probably see a very slow open. Is what I'm going off of. Meaning we'll probably won't get a dump or a pump it open. We'll probably get a mix of both. Because you have a mix of emotions happening at the open. That's really what you got to think about. You have so many people like, oh my god, we're so extra bullish. You have a mix of people saying, oh my god, we're up. I'm going to take some profits. Oh my god, it's so up so much. How is this not coming down yet? There's just so much happening at the open, you know? So I feel like that's more or less what you should be going off of. Jesus. I just saw what you said, D-Touch. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yesterday I was going off on Twitter because there's people selling a $2,500 indicator of a indicator anybody could make. It's not even... It's also the most horrific thing I've ever seen. I don't know if it's something you would want on your screen. You would think it's the 4th of July every day on your screen if you saw this thing. Good morning, Ben. Glad to have you on board, man. Yo, good job, David. 70%. Jesus. SPY made a new high, pushing pre-market high right now. They are headed towards that combination of levels at 447 and 447.30. It's kind of a combination of area that we're looking at. We can go through our sectors real quick, see if anything's still holding, pulling back, still pumping. We can see tech making a new high. Healthcare pulled back at open. Banks also pushed a new high. Discretionary holding their ground at open. Comms made a new high as well. Industrials held, staples, energy. Pretty much everything went up. Love to see it. SPY almost up 1% right at the open. What's important is that we saw 445 break. I don't think that everyone is taking that as serious as me, but 445, I'm not joking. This is like the bread and butter of this chart right now. 445 is everything. And it's crazy that it's also everything for SPY on the smaller time frames. Again, I was talking bigger time frames just now. They have to hold over that to continue higher on the bigger time frames. 445 is also the control point on the smaller time frames. So very easy to remember, 445. Just remember that level today, 445. Interesting. Also, with 3% CPI, they are very close to their goal of 2%. A couple more months on data tweaking. 70% on XLK, all out, let's go. Now chill. I love that, Alexis. 70%. Wow, you guys are insane. David got 70% on AMD. You got 70% on XLK. Very happy for you guys. Massive gains. I feel like some people are just gonna walk away from the market today, and that it's probably a good thing maybe for a little bit at the open, but I actually think today is still going to be kind of exciting even with this move. I just think if you apply light risk, it'll be a more entertaining day. Don't go into this thinking you can trade it with as much. Let's look at some individual weights. What are some individual tickers that you guys are looking at? Let me know in the YouTube section. If you're in Discord, let me know on Discord. I'm reading both channels, so feel free to type in either or. Just do the today 5-minute. Apple AMD pushed higher, wicking on top now. Looks like Microsoft, Square, and Nvidia literally all did the same thing. Got a good move up, move back down. They're at square one. See if that continues to hold. Tesla is massive dump back, pullback. Good call out by Mr. Charlie on Discord trade floor. He said Tesla dumping right before that last candle. Google went up and hit that next target. That's insane. We're just talking about Google possibly recovering too. Kind of sucks it was on the heels of CPI, of course, but it's nice to see the TA workout still. And the only sector red after the open here is healthcare. Second largest sector on the market. Everything else holding. Oh, well, I said that. Industrial's dumping. But again, out of your top 5 sectors, though, your more important sectors, the only thing that's actually pulling back and breaking support is healthcare. Something that's pulling back, not breaking support yet, that you should keep on watch. Discretionary. This is your Tesla, Amazon, Nike, Home Depot sector. So keep that on watch. And healthcare also seems to be trying to wick back up again, I saw. See if that helps the market continue higher or not. I guess the other thing to look at too would be your small caps. You don't want to ignore those. Okay, yeah. Nice pullback on those too. So they popped that new high first couple minutes, wicked it back down, made an indecisive candle. How do we know it's an indecisive 5-minute candle, everybody? I'm going to start going over this candle a lot more again. I've been seeing a lot of you guys still struggle with it, and it's still, again, one of the easiest to read candles. You just have to be patient. But what is that first 5-minute candle that I'm hovering just under? I want to hover to the next to it so don't cover it, but the very first 5-minute candle, though. What is that candle called? Or, you know what, not even that. Screw names. The facts behind it. What makes this candle indecisive? Why is that first 5-minute candle indecisive? What features of that candle make it so? Bro, healthcare is always trying to be extra. You're so right. That's how I know you're paying attention. Good call out, Leland. Okay, looks like a lot of you guys were calling out the weakness early on. Good thinking, David. I like that you're limiting yourself. That's actually pretty normal, Marlon, across any platform. But I have heard reports, and really more complaints than reports, about Webull being even more slow on it. So I don't know if it's an isolated Webull problem, but TOS also does take a couple moments to load at the open. But I wouldn't say it takes 11 minutes. That's just insane. And I don't care what anyone says. That's just too long. But it can also be a little bit slow too when you're trading on the China chain, like anything from KWeb, like Neo, Baba, JD, Roblox. A lot of these companies do, or a lot of these option chains do actually recalculate very slowly. So it's not crazy to say that that is going to happen, but I wouldn't say it takes 11 minutes. That's just something else. Oh, 4 minutes. Sorry. I was kind of going off me. Okay, 4 minutes is a little bit more normal. But I have heard reports that Webull is a lot slower than normal. Like, I'm pretty sure when I experience waiting, I don't really pay attention how much time it's wasting. But if I do notice that, though, it's never even 4 minutes long. It's always like a minute or two. It's never anything super, super crazy. I mean, sometimes it's significant enough, but if it ever does happen, at that point in time, I don't ever blame them. I'm sitting there like, damn it, why was I in a trade that really was cutting it so close to the edge? You know, I shouldn't have been in such a trade. I shouldn't be sitting there having to get pissed off about, you know, an exit fill or, you know, whatever. today was longer. Yeah, that's just yeah. I mean, you had CPI. You're on Webull. It was Baba. I mean, you're hitting every parameter to make it as slow as possible. That's messed up though. Today was heavy since I dumped so much at open. Tobias. And see, guys, I was right. It was a very slow, slightly red open. If you were here before the open or at the open, I think is when I said it. What kind of open we could expect based on the emotions we see. But yes, guys, correct. That candle is indecisive because of the small body in the middle of two legs. The legs being decent size, pretty much matching. Again, showing us of equal balance. So we know that's an indecisive candle. What do we need to see then? We need to see more information. A close higher or a close lower. What did we get? A close lower. The very next candle. So what does that tell us? That the level below needs to be tested. What is this candle right now doing? Testing that level below. Did the bears have enough strength to break it? No. So what are bulls doing? Wicking it back up. So what can we plan now, guys? What are we looking now? For both bulls and bears, what's the plan now? This is a very easy question. You guys got this. I do this every day on stream. Come on. Show me you've been paying attention. Show me you have what it takes. What do bulls want? What do bears want? Keep it simple. Remember what I said. Keep it simple. We're not looking to break down 50 different points of analysis here. We're looking in two directions. Bulls to defend 445.92, bears to break through. Also drew the fib to see golden pocket. Perfect answer, David. That is the exact perfect answer. I like this simple answer by Lucky Nugget too. Bulls want a new high. Again, not just a new high though. They want to push over 447 and 447.30s. Again, not just a new high. We need the combination of those levels above to also break. So we'll look for open range breakouts and retest there. And then you said bears want below the wick. That is a perfect answer. Yes. Under 445.90s, but that wick really is the true break under for a slower pullback. Again, you really shouldn't turn super bearish if that level breaks, just because 445, again, the level I've been saying all morning, is the ultimate level. So if you do get that pullback, short-term shorts can be taken to 445, but if you're going to look for further pullbacks than that, you cannot ignore that level exists. Correct, though. Alexa said, bulls want a retest. Support for better risk-reward opportunity for the upside. There you go. See? So, and what are you guys doing right now? Are you guys guessing? What are y'all doing? No, you're not guessing. We're just pointing out the scenarios in front of us. The factual scenarios in front of you're just pointing out what's in front of you. We're not making anything up. We're not being theoretical. We're not doing any of that. We're not guessing. We're just, if this, then that. Show me what you got. I should add that to a soundboard. I need to go to my own little server, add all my sounds, and then I'll spam y'all with those. Yes, correct answer, Vince. I see you now, man. My bad. I was clicking over just now, but you are correct. Good job listening too, man. Oh, what did you ask me the other day? I forgot what it was. It was like a live meetup. I think I was gonna say in a sarcastic way, but I didn't want to come off as an asshole to you, so I didn't type it. But in a sarcastic way, I was gonna say, y'all want to do a meetup when I can't even get some of you to chart or like, you know, go over the same levels as me, the TA routine. I can't even get people to read a free channel. But I didn't want to come off as an asshole, so I didn't type it because I didn't know how to type that without sounding weird. But I swear it was out of good fun. Yeah, we don't deserve that yet. Don't get me wrong though, I'm very proud of the growth in the chat. There's so many, like, we went from like 3 to 4 people knowing what like retests were and lead tests. Like, that's what it felt like, at least. Like for the people who speak up, again, there are so many people who know all this information who don't speak up. Again, don't even bother. Trust me, be comfortable. I'm not trying to bully people to always speak up. I don't care about that. I'm happy about the fact that everybody's working towards knowing all this information more and more. SPY defending 445.90s. They pushed a new high. Can they break the combination of levels right above their head? Alright, I also wanted to check two of those earning moves, Pepsi being one of them, and then Delta. Yeesh. I had to check those. Alright, let's look at some individual weights. Apple continuing making new highs, so is AMD. Square pulling back, very nasty. Microsoft pumping. Nvidia pumping. Amazon just holding to the right. Tesla putting in a possible reversal candle. We'll see if this is a short-term buy reaction just up to 275, or are they strong enough to break over that, make it to today's open. Google still under that 120 area. Meta, Netflix, pretty weak at open. Nothing crazy about them. And yeah, I was going to say tech sector by far the strongest one. Which is good, because that's your heaviest sector. And yeah, look, SPY back to up about 1%. Alright, let me zoom in. There we go. I'll do it like this, and then if we move up higher, I'll move it up more. If we don't, though, I'll just leave it like this. This essentially shows everything we need to see. Good call out, Leland, or continued update. Appreciate that. He said filling gap from the continued Tesla weakness. Call out SF. Love you too, Green. Good morning, Jack. Dollar lowest. It's been in a good bit. Yo, good job, Nox. He entered RTX and Nvidia the other day. Both of those killing it. I love that he got two different sectors, too. Never makes sense to me when people are like, guys, I swung three different things. And we're like, what'd you get? And they're like, Nvidia, AMD, and Apple. Oh, so you swung one sector. So you swung three of one thing, basically. Will those charts be the exact same? No. They won't be the exact same. Do they derive of the same sector? Yes, they're from the exact same sector. So I love seeing him go for Nvidia, being in the tech sector, and then RTX, which I believe is in the industrial sector. Yeah, top weight of industrials, that's what I thought. So that was really cool. I like that. Not getting two of essentially the same exact play. If you're going to be in here, you have to know your sectors, you have to know your weights. We always go over them. Coin lost steam from yesterday, continues to go down. Good call out, Julio. I like that mention too, because Coin is one of those ones that have been rallying, even without Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't really been making the same moves as Coinbase. Coinbase has been doing a lot of that on its own. Morning, for profit. Loved your vid on short, medium, and big breakouts, by the way. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was really happy that that kind of idea came to my head that day, because since doing that, it has helped a ton of people, and I'm very happy that we went over that together. I love that video, too. I even wrote down the time. I was like, all right, you have to go back and cut this out. If you don't, they will hate you. Josh, if we draw a fib from breakout to high of day, what would you consider the breakout price? We haven't broke out yet. From open, we have not broken out. All we've done is push down to support and then bounce off support. We have not broken anything, so I don't see anything fib worthy yet on SPY right here. There was a decent fib here from this move, like if you went from like the high of this down to here, and then if it rejected, but this candle instantly invalidated the literal next 5 minutes, so I didn't even bother drawing it. Again, because what you asked is for an open range breakout fib. I don't see an open range breakout fib from open. If you want to do it using your pre-market, using 445, you could be my guest. Which I'd probably go up to this high because it's not really fair to add this because this just happened. But you'll see, oh wow, it held a good halfway point, a good level that we have. So that's more or less where I would draw a fib from. But you know I don't like to draw that pre-market fib. But that's the only one that makes sense to me so far. Okay, cool. You had the same idea. Good. Yeah, man, you can see I have, like, pretty consistent rules with them, too. I don't just bring fibs out randomly. In either direction. It doesn't matter if we're going up or down. Don't randomly just draw fibs because you think they're needed. You know, wait till you actually see it. Like I did there. I had to make decisive, points on it. Like, okay, is this an open range breakout? Is this from open? Is this from pre-market? Is this a retest? What was the important level that needed to break? You know, you really got to like figure all that out, and then you can start to realize, okay, this is where I need to draw my fib from. This is where I draw it to. This is the information I need to be looking for, that I need to be trusting. Did you post a new Redfin chart, or are you just talking about in general? Like in general, the Redfin chart? Because in general, yes, I have seen the Redfin chart. If you remember from a while ago, we had called out Redfin. That one I am beyond impressed with. That one and Palantir. Now I said that I like them for upside. Would I have ever have guessed of them doing what they did? No, hell no. Because both Redfin and Palantir have done amazing upside moves. I mean, they've had breakouts, grind ups, and then more breakout. So those charts are just insane looking right now. Yeah, man, no, yeah, Redfin's killing it. Just in general, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna see me go back to those plays, Jack. That's why you don't ever see me like, oh, did you guys update on Redfin? Because I don't like going back and going, oh, did you guys catch that? Did you guys did you guys catch my play? Like, I'm not like that. I'm not here to give you plays, so I'm not gonna go back and get the positivity behind it either. I'm not gonna be like that. That's just a scummy feeling. Now if it's something I'm actively updating, that's something different, but I'm not going to sit here afterwards and go, did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? No, I don't give a shit. Like, if you held it, you held it. If you didn't, you didn't. I mean, it's up to you. I already took profits. I'm not even in it. I wasn't part of that recent rally. As much as I wish I was. Nvidia, holy lord. Isn't that all-time high that I have marked right there? Yeah, it is. 439.90. Keep that number in mind. 439.90. If I see that get hit today, I swear. We'll go to the today chart, and I need to fix my time axis. It's all messed up. There we go. See what clean levels do, though? I mean, would you have taken this? Probably not. But it's still nice to see things work out, even after a day with news. And that's what I said before. If the market has news, doesn't have news, it doesn't matter. The levels almost always give you very good high probability opportunity. Yeah, Nvidia is killing it. Yeah, I hear you. I feel like there could be more in it. Yeah, 100%. We'll have to come back to it, though. I'll definitely keep it on watch, too, Jack. Tesla still trying to build base above 272. It's no coincidence there's a level there. Google's still struggling with 11960s, 11970s, 11960s. Meta pushing a new high. Finally, one of the comm charts are pushing a new high. I was getting a little worried for Netflix there. So we're seeing another top chart warm up more. This could help send SPY through that resistance finally. Tech still trying to hold. Healthcare turned green again. See if the strength continues. What's everyone watching though? Keep the updates coming. I love it. Oh my. I just saw what Mikey did. I'm not even gonna share that one on stream. That one's bad. This community is insane. That's all I'll say. We're moving on. The question is, will we break above 447.30s and make it to 448, 449, possibly 450s, or is this where we get the pullback from? First 30-minute candle closing soon. Thank you, David. I will go to it here in a second. Oh, wait, my bad. You were already on it. Let's go to it now. Good wick under. I like that. Good pressure showing buyers present, and really just a touch of the yard line at 447. I don't see that as anything super bearish. I just see it as touching it. So good continued bullish pressure in the first 30 minutes. Nothing crazy. I think the big thing to watch for is of this candle, how much of it do we hold? If there is a pullback, how much of it do we hold? That's what we should be watching right now. If we don't, just again keep pushing new highs. So keep that in mind. Trying to keep the chart clean. A little hard considering it's just a vertical move up. Be sure to drop a like on the stream though, everybody. I appreciate everybody being in here. A lot of the updates and planning have been very helpful for a lot of us. Be sure to go back to the beginning of the stream if you want to check out some of the pre-market prep, some of the early morning convo. Talked about bigger and smaller time frame on SPY. Talked about individual weights, all kinds of stuff. Visa hit 243. Oh my god, SF. Didn't you just say 240 earlier? They are killing it. Let's go look at it. Yeah. Oh, no, you're saying 241, my bad. I think you said 241 or 242. Still, nice moves, good updates. AMD moved up a little more. Slow pullback right now. Nothing too crazy. Thing to keep in mind is that a lot of these sectors did actually pull back a little bit. And that tech has an inside bar back to back to back to back. Dude said sitting cash so much chop. He said Bitcoin coin will follow. He's saying Bitcoin's rallying, coin will follow. Okay. Like what? Where are they going? Let's zoom it up to there. We'll leave it right there. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you're enjoying some of the updates, some of the information. NVIDIA new high of day, good call out. Thank you, Mikey. Appreciate you answering me so quickly. Big thing, guys. Be sure to go to the trade results channel. If you have taken any trades today or a swing from yesterday into today, go ahead and post your results. Don't just post your gains. It's okay if you end up like Mel sometimes will post them early, and then he'll later on go post a review. That's okay. You can do that too. You don't have to post it all at once. But please go post at least the review at the end of the day or something to add on to it. Mental trades are also accepted. You can see Zaytoven here following that footstep. Adding mental trades into your repertoire. Don't just take real trades. Take mental trades. You should be taking mental trades 100 times more than taking real trades. And you can do it at the same time. It doesn't have to be something where you're like, oh, I'm in a live account, I'm not taking mental trades. Like, it's not going to get in the way. You can still take them. It's okay. You'll survive. 92 watching. Thank you. Please smash the like button to show your support for the channel. Thank you. Appreciate you, Darren. Thank you, Sandaller. I was reading the comment above. Nothing crazy about this pullback yet. I mean, they're still holding over the opening candle. I mean, now that I see this, I really just see a point of control now that we don't know where it's going. So really just all eyes on that candle and where price is trying to hold compared to that candle. Are we rejecting a resistance? Yes, but we're also holding above good levels, so can't just start shorting it instantly. Damn, I've seen a few of you start out red for the day, whether you had swings or whatever reason. But I've already seen a couple of you recover. Very happy to see that. With reasoning, too, not just random buying or selling. Good to see. What weights is everyone looking at? What are you guys looking at? AMD's ready to rumble. Apple on the pullback. AMD popped that new high. We'll see if they continue to hold it. Nvidia's on fire. Tesla did reverse from 272. Question was, could they have strength to make it past 275 to make it to today's open, though? That was the question. Meta and Google holding strong. Netflix trying to reverse. A lot of sectors reversing again. Comms were kind of weak during some of the other ones rallying. Now they're the ones rallying. Well, a couple others try to reverse again. Been about an hour since the stream started. Been about 40 minutes since the market opened. Right now we're looking to see if 447, 447.30 area can be taken by bulls, or will this where we top out at for right now and then see if we can get some more basing under our feet. If not, though, we pop new highs. We'll have to go see what sectors are still pushing. We saw comms pushing new highs. We saw tech reversing. We saw a couple others holding. Healthcare still holding their ground. You can see they're still green on the day. I'll be honest with you, dudes. Hell no. It's just not high probability for me. It's not even because of the pump either. I mean, there's a literal another level right above it. I would really use that as a combined area. Look for a close over both of those levels, not just one or the other. Vice versa too. If you're gonna look for a breakdown, it needs to break both of those levels to the downside, not just one. So we'll see. Yo, Voyager. Are we allowed to say that name yet? New high of day. Oh no, it's still the same one. New high of day. There we go. Now I could say it. See if they push 447.30s here. They're very close. Very, very close. We have tech holding a short-term base. They need to make a new high for SPY to make a new high. Healthcare reversing. Very good sign. Banks, discretionary. Both slowing down against good areas. The rest of these really don't matter. When I look at these guys, I really am focused on K all the way down to C. Looking at the main top 5. Sometimes it's nice to see like industrials or utilities or staples or energy, because they sometimes are good like counterbalances to look at. But overall, mainly focused on the top 5, because in terms of weighted, weighting, these are the most important. I mean, this right here is essentially 60 to 75% of the market. I have to go check the numbers again. Let's go count it. Let's just do it right now. How much is it? So we got 27. We'll just round it up. So we got 40, 52, 62, 70, 71, 72. So a little over 70%, closer to 72% of the market is between those 5 sectors. So that is why it's not just important, it's almost imperative that you pay attention to that, or at least understand how that works. That's why it blows my mind when you'll see people that are like, I trade SPY all the time. It's like, oh, really? What's your favorite weight? And they're like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean weight? Like, they're like Apple? Like, no, like, what's your favorite sector of that, of SPY? And they're like, sector? What do you mean sector? There's sectors? So just make sure you understand the basics of how SPY works. It's really important that you understand that SPY is a big pie. It's a big conglomerate, right? And each piece of this pie weighs differently and affects it differently. Tesla, yes. Possible 275 rejection. Great call out by Leland. Google approaching 120. Good call out by Jazz. Good morning, BB Gang. Done for today. My rule was met. Good job, Wag. Hope everyone is killing it. 3-bar play on the 15, Josh. Let me go check. Oh, you weren't meaning SPY. Damn, Apple looks good. I like that has low volume on that. That looks so good. AMD looks good as long as they maintain over 114.40. Whoops. Oh, Nvidia's up, guys. That's my update. Oops, damn it. It's crazy because you go to like the 5-minute and you're like, oh my god, I actually think I'm so bullish. The more you zoom out though, the more you're like, man, this looks tired. It really does need to break and hold over this area, not just break it. Oh, by the way, Deuce, great question. I meant to thank you for that because that's a good question. Definitely feel free to ask questions, guys. Please try to keep them focused on things we actually look at. I of course would not go over MACD divergences or whatever. You know, I don't go over that stuff because I don't watch that stuff. Riot just shot up new high of day, 70% now. You're insane. All of us are like, yo, David, tell us next time you're in Riot. Apple 15-minute holding 9 EMA with the hammer showing up on the 15. Good call up by Zaytoven. Love to see it, brother. Good mental trade, man. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but love that mental trade. Thanks, B. Gotta go to work. Have a great stream. You too, Deuce. Have a great day at work. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy today. Gotta love the community, man. Even when people only have like 20 minutes to step in, they will take all 20 minutes to step in here and be known. Gotta love it. 10 minutes shaping up a little bit better now. Really just need that higher close. 15-minute again just showing us an indecisive candle holding support, and then we're getting a good bullish move after that. Very powerful confirmation together. Again, just needing to break out. Everything else looks great. Let's go check our sectors again. We'll just check the top few on the 10. Tech breaking a new high. Healthcare holding their reversal. Banks are still above their retest spot, which it looks like they need to hold 34.40. We'll keep that in mind. Discretionary rejecting 173.50. That's your Tesla Amazon sector. So if they can get over that, that would also help out SPY. Comms also pushing a new high. So comms, tech, healthcare helping this very, very recent move right now. Holding the 9 EMA SPY, good call out. Actually a Dragonfly doji, and thanks, gotta work on visualizing while sitting with cash in my account. I love that, Zay. Yeah, you gotta remember, man, anybody can click a button, man. It's not, that's not special, you know. That's nothing special. It's nothing to be excited or entertained about, you know. What is more impressive to you, though, you know? Being able to have the power to not take a trade. And mental trade, you know, take a real trade, then go take a mental trade, whatever combination, whatever variation you want, whatever day you end up having. Do you want to be able to have that power, or someone who is looking to take a trade, spend every cent they have the exact second the market opens? You know, it's definitely a different vibe when you feel more in control, because you are more in control. It's good to trade with reasoning. That's really everything. They're trying to make it as ugly as can be if they do pop this high. Trying to keep as many people out of the trade as they can if they are going to pump it. Very sharp angle. I could seeing bears get trapped here just because of that. We'll look for a breakdown under 447s for an initial pullback. But in reality, what we really need to see is really the meat of this move down to these wicks. That needs to break for the bigger pullback to happen. So it's not just if this slows down and breaks here. They need to break this as well. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Again, just kind of pointing out scenarios in front of us that can happen. Of course, they're going to try and pop a new high. See if they try to hold that, push towards the next area at 448. Very possible. Banks are trying to break below pre-market high. Great call out by David Ballard. Microsoft at resistance of 341.30. Meta getting close to 309s, man. They're probably going to go smack that now. Might as well. It's the next level above their head. And we'll see if this continued effort by comms, tech, healthcare, and a couple others, we'll see if this is enough to push SPY through 447.30s. It doesn't look like it so far. So we'll see what's tangling us. So tech pushed that new high, wicking. Healthcare slowing down. Banks weren't really moving before. Discretionary, so watch out for Tesla, Amazon. If those start making bigger moves, that can move that chart, and that can in turn help SPY push more. And COM still pushing new highs. Pull back on industrials. There's really nothing hurting us right now. Let's go check small caps real quick. There's just slowly pulled back more, but again, not breaking anything significant. They're still holding a significant pre-market level. 191.50s, 191.70. That little area. Let's see. Yeah, Meta's on fire. Julio said, 100% agree with having control. Will change your trading career. It's also just good to trade with reasoning, you know? Who wants to sit here and when someone's like, hey man, what made you take that trade? Oh, I just thought it was going to do good. Why? I don't know, I just thought. Like, no one's gonna take you serious. It's nice to post reasoning. AMD retesting and holding 114.36. Microsoft's still pushing new highs. They're just smashing 341.25. They don't even care about that level. Bye bye. Nvidia very close to all-time high. What was the number? 439.90. We said remember that number because we'll probably see it. Literally less than 70 cents away. We love all the sectors, but only if they all trade in the same direction. Preach. It definitely is nice when you have that. So far, the rejection of 275 from Charlie and Leland's mention has gone very well. They made it back to the meat of this base here, where this reversal candle stepped in. So see if they wick and hold it right there at about 273.50s, or will they pull it back down at our 273.20s and break 272? We'll see. So far, though, good pullback. I wanted to give you all credit on that because that was a very nice move so far. And guys, look at the accuracy of the levels again. It's just nice again to have something to trust. And have I ever said these levels will make you rich? Have I ever said these will make you a pro? No, but they definitely set you up for better opportunity, for higher probability of good, successful trades. Will you always hit that higher end of that probability? No, you're going to lose some. You're not going to win every trade. But these levels are here to give you good routine, consistent accuracy, consistent methods. You can always apply the 40%, 80% entries to these. It's very helpful. So far, we've only seen one retest hold of 446, but that was such a short-term hold. A lot of people hesitant on that one. Moving up into the resistance above, looking to try to break that now. And it's been about an hour. Again, this is kind of the open we really expected, though. Again, you can't expect crazy bigger moves after a bigger move has already happened. Right? Price has to get its footing. If you were to go jog the track for an hour straight, you'd be a little tired. You'd want to get a water or a Gatorade, take a little breather. Price action is no different. Need some Pelosi levels, I'd pay. Screwed up your screenshot, wanted to flex hard. Inflation rises at slowest pace since 2021. Damn, Jack. 209 to 7. That's insane. Healthcare rallying again. This is a perfect time for discretionary to pick things up and get a good bounce. So watch Amazon, Tesla. If those hold and get a good bounce, that is very helpful for the market overall. Overall, though, still up very nice on the day. You guys see how far we are from previous day highs, how far we are from 444 and 445, two very important decider levels, as you can call them. So getting some room above them, that's nice to see. We're not sitting here jump roping them, 300 times. That's good. At least yet. New high of day coming. What's picking up? Banks, discretionary comms. Nothing new on that end. All right. Hope you don't mind. I let the YouTube community know they can ask for a clean copy of my journal if they want. No, totally fine, man. Go ahead. I'm totally fine for sharing. I love seeing you guys work together. I want to see more of it, if anything. Clean lower high setup on Apple. Lead test 1 minute. Good call out by Brady. Good updates too, Brady. I didn't give you credit earlier. I forgot what ticker it was, but you've been very active. Very engaging. I love that you've been focused. You're not all over the place. I appreciate that. I'm sure Kashkar is done speaking by now. Mester speaks at close, so no one's going to care. Tomorrow, an hour before the open, you have jobless claims, PPI final demand. And then on Friday, an hour and a half after open, you have consumer sentiment. An hour before open, you have import-export. So yeah, you got pretty much the same kind of open could happen tomorrow and Friday. I don't know if you'll get the same move in pre-market like you did today for Thursday and Friday, but I do believe Thursday and Friday will have similar opens. But that doesn't erase opportunity, guys. Again, that could set up amazing moves for midday, for end of day. So definitely don't discredit that. That's another thing too. People are always like, I'm not saying you guys say this, but a general, volume of people will always say, of course, right, as soon as I walk away, after we rally, everything dumps, or as soon as I walk away, everything continues to make new highs. It's like, well, it's not because you walked away. In some cases, it's because you don't have methods for it. You don't understand what you're actually looking for. You think you're walking away at the wrong time, but sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you just don't know what you're looking for. And this is exactly why I love the lead test and why I love Leland's videos in that playlist, because it covers price structure. It doesn't just cover how to trade the lead test. If you actually pay attention to what he's talking about, he talks about price structure and how everything should work, just like one of my latest videos. I don't just talk about retest. We talk about price structure, the order in which things should happen, variations, all that good stuff. So make sure you understand that too. It's not just, oh, it broke out. Okay, what else? What else is going on? You got to be pivotal. And that's exactly why these levels are amazing, because they're very accurate. They're everywhere. They have good space between them. So no matter where price is, where it starts, where it ends, You're always going to have a game plan moving forward. There's always something next. It's never just, oh, there's nothing here, we can't do anything. No, there's applying risk, and then there's times when to not apply risk. Which I think a lot of you guys are picking up on more with awareness, tempo. We've been talking about this a lot more. Pleasing CPI report drives broad gains. The stock market is showing nice strength right out of the gate after the better-than-expected June Consumer Price Index report. There's been an inclination to buy mega caps after a weak showing over the last few sessions, while the broader market builds on recent gains. We already know about the sectors. I already updated that. About 57% of millennials and Gen Z in the study said they have a hard time saying no to impulse purchases. It's probably because of the pent-up energy from not being able to buy a house. I mean, I know successful YouTubers who are older than me who still can't afford a house. They would rather live in like a basement and you know, focus on making money and growing their channel than blowing everything they've worked for on one house. That's how I see it, part of that stat. I wouldn't say every person is in that exact scenario, but I'd say there's a pretty good amount of people in that. No, it is. It's definitely very hard, David. It's definitely very hard. I'd say half that number. Is Home Depot rallying? Alright, let's see. Did these pick up yet? Alright, discretionary did pick up, but also rejected. Banks picked back up a little bit. Healthcare also. Tech still just relatively holding around the same area. And yeah, just kind of basing SPY's price action. Oh, damn, Jack. I just saw it. Wow. That's a little nutty. And by a little, I mean a lot. It's crazy how we're just still range trading in this tiny area. I was just posting a screenshot to chat saying this is SPY right now. No new updates. We're just still in the same exact scenario we were pretty much at open. I do like the amount of consolidation that's up here. It's not just breaking once and then flying. It actually is building something here. So if it does get a 40% entry here, I feel like that has higher probability than if it just did it once. So we'll keep that in mind. Don't think about it like that, Jack. Don't even think about that shit. Don't think about a comeback. Don't think about anything you've done in the past. Don't think about that stuff. Focus on what's in front of you. Focus on the routine. Sticking to what you know, sticking to what you've practiced, sticking to what we go over and 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 over. Don't stray away from it. Don't chase emotions. Be patient. Understand not every day you're going to be taking, 100 trades. Mental trade at all times while you're also taking your trades. SPY new high of day, 447.45. Finally getting the open range breakout of the next area above. Will they make it to 448? Jack, get out of that mindset. Stop talking about that, even as a joke. I'm not joking. Get out of that. Fuck the past. Mindset is everything. That's why I'm taking it so serious. Mindset is everything. All jokes aside. I've seen people come off of the greatest wins, ruin their account because they thought they were ahead. I've seen people take the worst losses in their life and recover from it because they had the greatest mindset ever. I don't even mention it though. Seriously, like don't even mention it. Just move forward. If I'm taking a loss, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh man, add that to the pile of losses. Like that's not a positive mindset. You're being negative. That's negative. That doesn't help you. It's a waste of information. It's a waste of your time. Your time is precious. Your trades are precious. Your money is precious. Give your time, money, and all of that some respect. That's really what I'm getting at. And I'm not just talking to Jack. I'm talking to everybody here. Jack just has the balls to actually type. To put himself out there. It's a very, very good thing to do. Because there's nobody here that's going to keep their thumb on you to look over your shoulder. You know, there's no disciplinary here. No, there's no sergeant here. You're not in the Marines. You know, it's you on your own. Nobody here can watch it for you. Hold yourself to it. I'll do mental trades and trust your intuition and discipline. Those will come with fruition. Here you go, Alexis. Take the lesson, not the results. Exactly. All about mindset. You guys know this just as well as I do. It doesn't take a special level of IQ to know this. It has nothing to do with smarts. It's all about discipline and mindset. When it comes to actually trading, what does it come down to? Besides all of those things, it comes down to routine, reasoning, sticking to it, limiting yourself to that routine, limiting yourself to things you actually practice, things you actually review, things you're actually comfortable with, things you're familiar with. You're not just going to randomly throw a bunch of indicators or a buy-sell signal and say, I'm going to get in, I'm going to get out here. No, you need to have reasoning. Because then without reasoning, you have inconsistency in front of you. What do you need to grow? What do you need to be consistent? A consistent routine. So don't throw a bunch of inconsistencies in front of you. Respect yourself. Respect the routine. Respect your money. Respect your time. Preparation and routine helps, 100%. As long as you respect your stops and follow your own rules, even by losing a few trades, you are already winning by following your rules, 100%. They are still rejecting 447.30, guys. Even after that move. Does this bring a dump just because of the continued weakness? Oh, and they held a new high. That's crazy. That's the highest close of the day. And they closed just outside with an indecisive candle. So very risky, but possibly calling for a bullish breakout towards 448. As long as they hold 447, 447.30. 448 is in sight. Clear skies. But again, can you trust it? Already propped up. I saw D-Touch say it as well just now, but a lot of smaller body candles are appearing. But my $2,500 algo says I don't need a mind. I don't need to think for myself. High volume 15-minute inverted hammer at Google daily level. Good call out, Brady. Go to that as soon as he said that. Damn, that looks good. And all he called out was pattern with positioning. So freaking clean. Great call out by Brady. You can tell he is on it. He is focused. He was prepared. And I didn't have to DM Brady. I didn't have to call him this morning and say, hey man, did you get all your levels set? I don't have to do any of that. Round of applause for people like Brady. Damn, that was the Apple 5-minute lead test so clean earlier. I saw a few people mention it, so I'm glad to see a few people were on that. $2,500, send me the link. Proceeds to send Cash App. Yes, this is kind of a move will not pay. This kind of move will not pay is what Mel said. Forgot it was Wednesday. What's up, y'all? What's up, Mighty One? I'm actually back to streaming every day. I just didn't stream yesterday because there wasn't any news. So I just didn't see the point. And I'm glad I didn't because yesterday really didn't do much. Glad to have you though, Mighty One. Bueller has to come to my house and do my levels for me. Yeah, but you give me free oil changes, so we're good, right? So we're straight. We're good. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying some of the updates. Bueller, thank you again for a great stream day and have all your insight. Much appreciated. Got to go back to work. Thanks again. You're the GOAT, Julio. Thank you for tuning in, man. Hope you have a great day at work. I need an oil change. True, true. I guess I just have to live in Canada at that point, right? I'll just become one of y'all, man. Then I can legally say a boot. Finally home, had a busy morning. Hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Blink? Happy to see you, man. Was wondering, Bueller, do you remember what was your first fully mastered trading strategy when you first started? I'll be honest with you. I didn't master anything. I'm not even going to sit here and say I've mastered anything now. I don't like to come off as that. I'll be honest with you. I hate coming off as like, oh, I know everything about my system. I don't. I'm still learning myself. And I always will be. But the first strategy I ever got into was just dividend compound. All I did was compound interest gains in the very beginning. I really loved the math behind it. I thought it was really cool that you could buy companies and essentially get paid every day if you wanted. If you got certain dividend companies, if you got certain companies on certain days, you could get really good average buy-ins as well as getting future dividend payouts. So I thought that was really cool. That's what really got me into the market, was like the compound interest of things, how everything could be. I mean, it's like a snowball effect, really. If you think about how a snowball works, like in cartoons, you roll it down a hill, it becomes really big, runs granny over, whatever, hits a tree. And I don't know what cartoons do with them, but really big snowball, though. It builds up over time. So that's kind of what got me into things. Strategy-wise, I was all over the place in the beginning, and that's exactly why I made this system. That's why I feel like I've been so disciplined with sticking to this system over the past few years, because in the beginning it was like everybody uses Ichimoku, everybody's on TTM squeeze, everybody's on RSI, everybody's on Bollinger Bands and Keltner channels, and I mean, there's a million things I could tell you that people used during when I first started, and I tried every one of them, and they all felt the same. It always felt like, okay, it's like a system. It's all systematic. If I do this and that, and I stick to doing this when this does that, then I should get this outcome most of the time. It's just like this system, except, so, and that's why I say there's nothing wrong with indicators. If you use an indicator strategy, that's totally fine. I just don't like using them because they're lagging. They're slow. You're a lot later than the person who's using a level or price history or just basic price action, because that's really all we use is price history. I always say, oh, it's all price action basis and that, and it is, but it's all price history. That's all it is. We're just trading history. Is it going to do the exact same thing it did the first time it did at that level? No, but it's going to react to that level. That's all we care about. I don't know if it's going to go up or down. That's why I plan for either side. It's good to think about what do bulls want, what do bears want. So that's what got me into the TA routine, though. The technical analysis routine, marking those emerging candles, the pre-market high, pre-market low, the previous day levels that we talk about, all this stuff, the trading entries that we go off, because it's just basics, really. Open range breakout, retest, the buy the dip, which is just a base build move to the upside, elite test, which is just the opposite of that, a base build move but to the downside, with good passive retest confirmations along the way. It's just playing along with those very high accurate levels. But again, getting back to my point, it's all systematic. It's all conditional formatting. It's all set. It's if this then that. I keep saying that, but if this then that. That's what every indicator strategy is essentially. What makes people not succeed with them is because they're not on it consistently, and that's why I felt in the beginning when I was into the different strategies for small amounts of time is that I wasn't giving them a chance, which in turn wasn't giving myself a chance. And that's why I always say that to you guys. Don't start with this system, and the next week you're using this, and the next week you're using that, and then the next week you're using this, or this month you're doing this, next month you're doing that. If you're not going to give yourself a stable routine or a stable schedule of doing something over and over and over again, and seeing the different variations when you do something over and over again, you're not really giving yourself a chance of being consistent if you're not going to consistently follow that routine or strategy or whatever parameters you're looking at. And if you watch the one-on-one video I did with Blink, that 90-minute video on my channel, that breaks this conversation down to the T. So please check that video out. I'm not joking. Anything you could learn from my channel could be learned in like 4 videos now. That's how much I've compiled information. Whoa, that was weird. Did y'all see that? Oh, it changed. Damn it. Almost all of them were like pink and purple. I ruined it. Well, let's shuffle it again. See who's close to that. See if we can get a word to spell. Alright, back to this. Squirrel attention span coming back out. So, the one-on-one video. Where's it at? Damn, how long is this video? Oh, it's right here. I hovered right over it. One-on-one with Bueller right here. Check this video out. Popular. Click on that. Workshop number 11. Check this video out. This is how we do everything. But you watch those two, you are already pretty much getting everything you need. I would then watch the how to identify and trade 4 important trading strategies. This is very important. I would check this one out as well after in this exact order. I'd watch this one afterwards because this is a little bit more in-depth continuation of that exact conversation. And then I would check out the excrement, the side stuff that you need to add on to it, the lead test, the fibs. I would then check out the fib playlist after you check out those videos. So take your time, but again, you really could learn everything from everything I've done over the past few years in just a couple videos now. We've compiled them very well. Something nobody else is doing on YouTube or in Discord or across communities, because all they're caring about is creating a product that has demand and then putting a paywall in front of it. While as me, I'm just trying to create information I find very valuable to you regardless of a paywall. So I do hope you guys go through that content in order. I hope you take your time to go through that stuff. Very, very helpful. I mean, and there's people that are new. There's people that have been around me for 2-3 years, or people who have been around me for 2-3 weeks, you know, and they're finding these videos helpful. It doesn't matter if you've been trading for years or not. These videos are going to help you because it's all facts. It's all just price history, price action. I'm not going over inconsistencies. I'm not going over random variables. I don't have a rule that is set for this day like this, and then the next day it's not set like that because of some random inconsistency or whatever. Everything is the same every single time. It's in about an hour and a half since the open, almost 2 hours from when we started stream. Sorry, I'm bad at math. And we've seen basically just a hold of support, very expected slow open. We saw that. And then we've seen a good push into resistance. And what we're trying to see now is, can bulls hold over resistance? So they've broken it. Can they hold it? Can they push new highs? That's what we're looking for now. If not, could be seeing a possible slower pullback under 447s to slowly cascade us back down to 446, where we had that first reversal this morning. Watching Workshop 11 convinced me to get the BB course, in all honesty. Really? It's funny that you say that, because I actually made that video to... I mean, I'm not like saying this to be weird, but I actually made that video to take away from my course, because that video is like... I'm not going to say the entirety of the course is in that video, but that video itself does cover a good majority of what's in the course, like some of the basics, you know, of a lot of things. So I think it's a good kind of like first sneak peek into what the course has. So that's pretty cool that they did it in that order, at least. I think that's really cool. If I could do things over, I would probably have it to where I have to make people watch those videos in order first, and then you can buy the course. Like, I would have it set up like that if I could. Because it's not about buying the course for me. It's about you getting the information in the correct order. So that's why I have it everywhere. I have information everywhere. Because I just want to make sure everybody gets it. Kind of like a sneak peek or an intro into everything. That's how I keep my community. I like to do it out of like respect, word of mouth. You know, I don't like to do it as like, oh, here's a paywall, guys. Here's something I know you really want. Come get it. No. If I have something like that, it's probably also free on my YouTube. I've stated that only 100+ times. It just feels weird, man. I can't live on like that. I'd rather make less and keep most of my humanity intact. The way you presented it was great, and that you showed me your style and intent. Okay, good. So like an intro. Good. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. Also, I'm like lazy in the opposite regards. Like when I make that, like workshop number 11 is a great example, or my scalp trading movie. I could have put out 30 videos in a row breaking all that down very slowly to in pieces, but I'm lazy in the regards of I don't want to post 30 videos. I'm going to put this all in one juicy video for everybody. Then you can have it all in one. So I'm also like that too. I hate splitting up things just to create extra content. Like the scalp trading series, that's different. Every video was posted differently because I wasn't taking a trade every day. You know, that's different. But yeah. Been using BB levels on TradingView for months also. Ooh, nice. How was that indicator, by the way? Somebody shared it again on Twitter when I was making fun of the paid indicator. But we do have indicators for TradingView and for Thinkorswim for people who don't want to have the pre-market levels or previous day intraday levels plotted. If they don't want to go do that themselves, they can have them plotted already by this indicator. It's not some special algorithm or indicator. It just plots levels. Basically, any indicator you've ever seen just plots information. It's not some computer. So don't ever fall victim to that. How is everyone doing though? You guys doing pretty well? Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Hopefully my updates have been decent. Some of the information I've gone over this morning has been alright for you. Is it 2,500? No, I'm sorry to tell you it's free. I probably use those levels more than my own other than supply and demand. Good, good. And yeah, and that's another thing too that I love about the levels is that the supply and demand aspect doesn't really get in the way. If anything, it adds on to it, you know? Because I hate when you add things onto your chart or try to combine things and they just kind of get in the way of each other. But supply and demand, price history, price action, all these, if anything, coincide. So it's really good. Good looks, though. And you saying that, I can tell that you actually do cover this and review it a lot because it's very helpful. Exactly. Gives a solid point. Yep. See, the way you're talking, I can tell you actually look at this shit. What's a 40% entry? Yeah, sorry, Green. Sorry. Oh, good job, Dondu. 25% on that coin play. I love that even though you took profits, he was still wishing somebody else who was still in the play a positive outcome. I love that. There's really people out there who would rather take away from someone else's trade than continue to give them positivity like that too. That's the crazy part. That's why I give credit to stuff like that, because there are many people who are like that. Would rather take away the credit from someone else. Or even just shit on people. It's not cool to shit on people just because you're not in the trade. Not cool at all. Amazon looking to come test pre-market low. 129.10 break below 90 EMA on the 10-minute. Love seeing that name pop up. What's up, Maps the Great? Always happy to see you, man. Great update, too. A lot of information in such a small amount of wording, too. Amazing amount of information. Gave us positioning. Gave us direction. give us what to look for. Alright guys, well, I think I'm going to take a break, but I want to give y'all one more update before I get off of here. So, we have seen a good hold of support, even if it wasn't the one we wanted, which it did hold this in pre-market, so we really can't bitch about that. They hit the next level above. They've been struggling here ever since. Small body candles, not crazy amount of volume. A lot of the news already came out too, so probably not going to move this chart a bunch before more news comes out tomorrow and on Friday. So keep that in mind, that we might just be seeing us not go anywhere for the rest of the day. But also in mind, could be getting a good pump over 447, 447.30 if they maintain holding this area and push a new high through the high of day towards 448 and possibly 449. If you do get your pullback from here, it's not really the end of the world. They could pull back all the way to 446, all the way to 445, and on bigger and smaller time frames, still have good control for bulls to still have chances to try and move back higher again. So even if they do a pullback, it's not the end of the world. So again, remember the number 445. That is big on both smaller and bigger time frames. I will see you guys later though. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you guys again for listening in. Thank you guys for checking out the content. Hope you enjoy some of the updates. Tune into the Discord if you want to get more updates. I'll send a new link because I saw a couple of you saying that the new link doesn't work for some reason. Here's the link to the Discord. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to come continue dropping updates or engaging with people just like this, check out the Discord. You don't have to pay to join in and talk. You can just join. But I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again for this stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the pre-market prep.